Hi, looks like we are live again for this week's edition of the Supply Chain Events Update. Same thing we do every Monday, except sometimes I have a special guest and sometimes I'm just by myself somewhere in the world recording this thing. So today we are fortunate to have Jen joining us back to talk about the cool event going on this week. I think it's going to be the coolest event this week. A women's summer mixer going on at the Supply Chain Social Club, hosted by Jen. And it is for ladies only, just for you guys who might be interested in going. Just go to all the other Supply Chain Social Club events. This is the one that you cannot go to. So, Jen, quick introduction of yourself, I guess, and where you're calling in from today, and just how's life going.
I am Jen Morris. I'm the founder of Ship Happens, a media and content creation business, I guess. I focus on straightforward education and amplifying women's voices in our industry. So there's that. I'm calling from France today. I've been here for a bit, so we're actually going to leave here and go to Switzerland in a couple weeks. So, and then maybe on to Istanbul. So it's good times. Life's
Okay.
all right. It's been actually very reasonable temperature here, but I'm told that in the next couple days we're going back into a heat wave again. So that's great.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of air conditioners and stuff in that part of the world.
Yeah, I mean, we're lucky. Like we have an air conditioner in this place, and like when we stay at a hotel, there normally is an air conditioner, but like they also like you can only put it down to a certain temperature. Like you can't go down to like 68, like what a lot of Americans and North Americans are used to. So like
Yeah.
we're sitting more around 75. So, it's
75 kind
fine.
of, my wife and I were both very warm blooded. Like 75 kind of works for us,
You're like, I'm
but
fine
not
with that.
everybody. Not
True.
everybody. Okay, so you are going to be hosting this event on Wednesday at,
Hmm.
well, we were talking about this a while ago. Let me go, I'll go pull up this graphic. At 10 a.m. Central US time, 5 p.m. Central European time, or 7 p.m. GST. So coming to a time zone near you,
Hmm.
this month's Women's Mixer. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we could have like I'm traveling more and I'm meeting people more often that are from other places. So I wanted to try and put it at a time where we could at least get like both North America and Europe involved and maybe some people from the Middle East if like Dubai can clock in. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that there was like a time where everybody can like kind of get there. I tried to invite some people from like Asia, but they're like, that's a little early for us. I was like, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be once we start trying to get the Trans-Pacific Ocean events going, that's harder because I heard because what that would mean is for like North and South America, it would be our evening and the morning
Hmm.
time for Asia. And it sounds
Exactly.
like everyone I've talked to, folks in Asia like to like work in the mornings and get their work done for the day and like have a more free afternoon. So it's going to be a challenge, I
It
think.
will be interesting. I feel like you might just have to do more than one, from time to time. Maybe have like an ambassador that's over in Asia that can
Hmm.
manage it a little bit for you and since you might want to be sleeping at that time.
Yeah. Might want to be. I don't know. I like a challenge. Do you ever get over to Asia yourself? I know that you're very so European all the time. It feels like.
Yeah, I do like the time zone. Obviously, here in Europe is ideal. Like it's 6 hours ahead, so it's actually quite manageable. If anything, I like it. I get to like spend my mornings doing whatever I want. Um, I have been to Asia before a couple of times, but not since we kind of started this lifestyle. I think we're both a little nervous about the time zone, to be honest. So we're kind of slowly moving our way that direction. So, like, we're going to Turkey, which is another hour or two ahead. So that'll
Uh-huh.
be a bit of a additional challenge. And then there's also Georgia. We were thinking of going to Tbilisi at some point too, which is definitely 2 more hours ahead. So I think eventually we'll just kind of like condition ourselves to be able to work whatever time zone we want, but
Yeah.
um, we'll have to see what happens, I think.
All right. All right. Well, back to the event here. This is the
Hmm.
second one of these. So therefore, you've got a little bit of context to talk about like what went down at the first one.
Yeah, honestly, I it was great. I had so much fun. I think that, and I think a lot of the women had a lot of fun. we were like we talked about everything from like talking about the industry and what's going on, tariffs and what it's like to be a woman in the industry. We kind of only touched on that for a little bit and then kind of really talked about like what's going on in the industry. And then we talked about like general stuff. Like we talked about hair care. I know it sounds so cliche, but like we talked about like some hair care, and then somebody brought up something about this cleaner or whatever, and then somebody talked about their car. Like we just kind of hit a lot of topics all over the place. It was kind of nice, and everybody seemed to kind of feel really open and free to discuss whatever they wanted to discuss. It was really nice. So I think it'll be a really good time. I know that it's summertime, so a lot of people are away and on vacation. So whoever can stop in and just say hello, it's going to be quite casual this time. We did have like a couple of us talked at the last one and whatnot, but this time I think it'll be a little bit more casual than that just because of the timing of middle of summer.
Right. And then did y'all make use of the 10-minute the shuffle
Yeah,
feature to
we
get
did do the
everyone around?
shuffle. Yeah,
Okay.
we did do the shuffle quite a few times actually, because we had people that stayed for quite a while actually. It was really
That
nice.
happens. Yeah.
So it does happen. And so like we did shuffle around quite a bit. There were people popping into tables because they saw somebody they knew. That was really nice. So yeah, I think that we've got a pretty decent response rate already for it being summertime. So we'll see how it goes Wednesday evening, afternoon, morning.
Sweet. All right. Well, let's take a look at what else I guess we've got going on this week
Mhm.
and chat about what we're all each up to. So, quick shout out to Octup for being one of the sponsors for the events calendar this month. And also, if you want to do this live, Kevin and I will be hosting the Warehousing After Dark live version outside of Chicago on September 5th. August 5th, not September, August 5th, here at the Weber Grill, which is literally they grill your food on little Weber grills with charcoal and stuff. Um,
So crazy.
it's kind of crazy. Like, I feel like the meal prep time might be a little longer than normal restaurants. Um, anyway, so Octup, Leanafy, and Third Person are supporting us and partnering in that event. So this week in supply chain events, we've got folks getting together at MIT for this TSL conference, which stands for what? Transportation Science and Logistics. Okay, that's cool.
Ooh,
Logistics is
oh,
like a
cool.
science. Folks getting together in Long Beach to talk about chips. I'm guessing that's computer chips and not tortilla chips.
Mm.
We've got the Texas annual conference for the Texas Trucking Association going on. And in Houston over the weekend was the Texas Trucking Show as
Oh,
well. So
cool.
it's kind of like Texas Truck Week, feels like. Um,
This trucking week. Perfect.
in Texas when it's
In Texas.
105 here,
Ooh,
degrees,
oh
not
God.
Celsius.
That's,
Um,
that's
Fahrenheit.
105 Celsius would be much too hot for anyone.
Yes, yeah, yeah. That's like the sun, or maybe not. We've got Women's Summer on Wednesday, so that's what we're kind of here talking about. North Dakota is doing some stuff. There's a webinar on AI and contracts. Um, and the Minnesota Trucking Association's 92nd annual conference is going on, which is much cooler than the Texas Trucking Association's conference going to be up there in Minnesota. Um, so yeah, there's kind of some events going on. Maybe a quick roll through the just where I'm going to be. I was just in South Africa last week covering the SAPEX, the 48th annual SAPEX. That's like the main, if you want to say, conference for Africa's supply chain folks. But coming up, I've got the IWLA Fulfillment Forum, like I mentioned, on August 5th, and then out to West Coast to MC, the Distribution Management Association's annual summit. IntraLogisteX here in the backyard in Dallas. We're putting together a Warehousing After Dark Live Elevated event, which is going to take place in Reunion Tower, which is that ball that you see on the Dallas skyline up above the rest. And it's like a
That's cool.
rotating restaurant. It's going to be an elevated Warehousing After Dark experience. So
Literally elevated.
literally, I need to take the elevator. Yes. And then ASCM CHAINge, also back in Long Beach, and then the Virginia Maritime Association. I'll go be hanging out with them out there. Um, what's on your agenda coming up here soon? You got some cool stuff?
So not a lot going on, oh, sorry. Oof. Okay. Well, I've got obviously the women's mixer on Wednesday. My birthday is on Thursday, and I'm a
Okay.
Leo, so that means all month I'll be celebrating my birthday.
Okay.
Um, I don't have a lot going on in August, really. We're traveling around ourselves, but um, I will be in LA for Co-Create, which is Alibaba's event that they have. I'll
Okay.
be speaking at on a panel there. Then I'm going to be in Niagara Falls visiting family for a bit, and then I'll be back in Long Beach with you, I think, at CHAINge, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So I will also be there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
All
great.
right. We
So,
can
and
watch
then
the
after that,
sunset.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes. After that, I don't know. I don't know what's going on after that. I'm flying
Okay.
back to Europe, but after that, I think there's maybe another event in November with Alibaba in London, I believe. So we'll
Okay.
see how
Okay.
that goes. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, we're definitely in a bit of a quiet period as far as events. Everyone's
Hmm.
kind of doing out of office stuff and
Hmm.
enjoying summertime up here in the northern hemisphere. It was
Yeah.
like a high of 60 degrees Fahrenheit every day down in Cape Town last week. It was
I mean,
sweater weather, or the locals
honestly,
were
after
wearing
how hot it's
puffer
been here,
jackets. Yeah.
I would have been like, "Oh, this is delightful."
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Um, okay, well, I think that basically takes care of this week's edition of the Events Update live stream.
Amazing.
We'll we'll go edit this thing up and get the official post out with some links and things for folks. Any last words before we close out, sign off for the week?
No, I just hope everybody's having a great summer or winter, depending on where they are. And that I see a lot of the ladies at the event on Wednesday.
Sweet. All right, catch you then. Well, I will not catch you then. You can let me know how it goes.
Fair enough.
All right, catch you later.